Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum has expressed her government's support for Panama after threats from U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. On Sunday, Trump said that Washington should try and regain control over the Panama Canal. He accused Panama of overcharging U.S.-owned ships for passing through. Panama's president has hit back, insisting control of the canal is non-negotiable. Now, the Mexican president, who's got her own issues with the incoming U.S. administration over Trump's tariffs threat, said the U.S. had no claim to the waterway.
Now, yesterday, he also referred to the issue of Panama, and regarding that, we extend our solidarity to the president of Panama, who came out very quickly to say that the Panama Canal belongs to the Panamanians, and indeed, the Panama Canal belongs to the Panamanians.
Maria Bozmoski is the Deputy Director of the Latin America Center of the Atlantic Council in Washington, D.C. She joins us now from San Jose, Costa Rica. Good to have you on the program, Maria. Now, Mexico throwing its support behind Panama. Can you give us a sense of what this is likely to lead to?
Thanks for having me on the show, Tommy. I think, leaders are reacting to these statements coming out from President-elect Donald Trump. But I think we have to take it all with a grain of salt. He's not president for less than a month. His inauguration will be January 20th. So until then, everything must be taken with a grain of salt.
Right. There are several issues relating to the canal. There's, of course, I suppose, Trump's major worry, which is the Chinese management of two ports at canal entrances. Could you help us understand the significance of this Chinese presence, especially during what's coming, a Trump presidency?
Panama has a very close relationship with a number of countries, not just the United States, not just China. Panama was one of the first actually country in Latin America to join the Belt and Road Initiative back in 2018. And China does operate, a Hong Kong subsidiary company operates two of the ports in the Panama Canal. But I think it's important to remind the audience that the Panama Canal itself is operated by the Panamanian Canal Authority, which is an independent government agency. Actually, it has a governing board of directors. The Panama Canal administrator is elected such that he or she overlaps administrations, so that there's some sort of continuity despite whoever is president in Panama. And it's operated by Panamanians, Panamanian engineers, and it has been the case for many years. We see with the appointments that the incoming Trump administration has made that at the State Department, it'll be very Latin America focused. And we're starting to see kind of where that will go in the next 4 years. A top very state, the Secretary of State nominee, Marco Rubio, has a long career in the Senate and is very much focused on Latin America.
Right. Right. Just wondering, as time goes on, what options does Panama have to address this issue? Because, of course, there is the seeming confrontational stance from the U.S., but it also depends very heavily on this for its economy.
Yeah, like I said, Panama is a very open economy. It's an economy that has relations with a number of countries, not just the United States, not just China. The United States is actually the #1 customer that goes through the Panama Canal. But the Panama economy itself is focused on services. It's an economy that is focused on that industry, the services industry, the tourism industry, the logistics industry. And, I appreciate that the Panama Canal is now making headlines around the world because it is such a vital piece of global infrastructure. Around 6% of global trade goes through the Panama Canal. And recently we've seen with the droughts and then the heavy rains that the canal has been having challenges. And so it is time to start to think holistically about how to optimize the operations of the canal, because the traffic that goes through there is so vital to global trade.
Well, let's get the view from Panama from Annette Planells, the publisher and president of La Prensa, joining us today from Panama City. Welcome. Tell us, first of all, what kind of reaction there's been there to Trump's sudden interest in the Panama Canal.
Well, we received that information with concern and surprise because there is anything new in the Panama Canal administration. There's not a thread of truth in what he's saying about a different kind of price for the American ships, or that the Chinese are in any way administering the canal.
Why do you think this has come up now? Were you surprised to hear the president-elect's comments?
Yes, we were very surprised, and we don't know what's going to happen because we are a small country, and our economic depends on foreign investment, and this kind of declarations can affect our economy in a deep way.
So you're saying even the fact that Trump is even suggesting this could be damaging to Panama's economy. We know Panama's president has roundly rejected Trump's comments. He's called it an assault on Panama's sovereignty. What are people there making of his comments?
Yeah, of course. We support the president of Panama 100% in this. The Panama Canal has been part of our history from the day we started being a country in 1904 and 1903. And the transition for the administration of the canal from the United States to Panama took at least 15 years, where we prepared, and Panama has been very successful managing the canal, and we even increased its size for bigger ships, and it's a big part of our budget. So his comments about Panama, even though they are not likely to become true, it's very prejudicial to Panama's economy.
Tell us more about that. So you're saying that if Trump continues to make this an issue, regardless on whether he acts on it or not, it would have consequences for Panama's economy?
Yes, it will. It will, because Panama's economy is based on service and logistical around the canal, and also financial services. We depend on the investment of other countries. So when he says something like that, people are going to be afraid to invest in Panama, and that's going to cause us a lot of troubles in the economy.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us on DW. That is Annette Planells speaking from Panama City today.
Thank you.